Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Hey everyone, Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, owner of PutYourselfFirst.com, and founder of Team Power Blast. Today I'm going to talk to you about the P90 workout program in the very first phase. It's the A block, called Ab Ripper. Okay, it's the Ab Ripper A, and you know, I have to say that I'm really impressed with it. I'll show you some of the moves here in a little bit, but I just want to tell you a little bit about it. Now, I'm going to be honest here and say that when it comes to working on your core, working on your abs, most people are not the biggest fan. They want the best results in that area. You know, it's like, oh, every guy's just like, oh man, I want to be lean, maybe rip, maybe have a six pack, and here's the term muffin top used around there, and people want that reduction. And while you can't just work your abs, and that appears because it really boils down to eating. If the great abs are made in the kitchen, you still need to work on that because working with the exercises and the sculpting parts of the workouts, that's going to not only burn calories to create the calorie deficit, but it's changing the shape of your body as well, which can make that nice, lean, defined look. Back to this one. I'm really impressed with it because when I did the phase A, and I've done P90X and Insanity, a lot of things, so many people would think, oh gosh, this is going to be a piece of cake. There are areas that I struggle with, and with the Ab Ripper moves, there are some of those in there that actually are quite challenging, and I love that part because when I first started with Power 90 back in the day, there were just moves that I could barely do 1 or 2 reps on, and I was like, oh. And that's what it took. But in each time I showed up, I tried to do an extra rep, or I tried to do a couple more, or I tried to do that move a little bit better. And that's what you need to realize as you're going through these workouts, whether it's the sweat, the sculpt, or the Ab Ripper, is each week you just try, or each workout, you just try a little bit better. Just try a little bit, push yourself a little bit harder. Yes, the moves will be humbling, especially if you're a beginner, or even if you've been working out for a while. Some of them are just humbling. They're challenging, but they challenge your muscles to define themselves, to move in a different way, to be able to give you that functional fitness and the results that you're wanting. So with Ab Ripper, in this first series, I think there's 10 moves in there. In each of those moves, you do 10 reps each. And they're creative, some of them are, just core engaging. Some of them are a little bit more like a crunch, so to speak. There's one that, I was kind of surprised it was in there because it wasn't, back in the Power 90 days, it was pretty much mostly crunch type of things. And this one, you're kind of rolling back and you're coming up and you're having to hold yourself in a balance while your legs are on off the ground and your butt's connected to the floor, and then you're twisting your arms back and forth to kind of go like a seated bicycle, and then rolling back down. That takes a lot of core engagement, So there will be moves like that you will have to work up to, okay? But you will work up to them, and you will do better each time. And I love the different moves, everything from these ish combos where you're, kind of using your legs like little leg lift type of things, to these rope climbs where you're just holding your legs straight up and reaching up toward your toes, to very small range of motion type of things where you're just moving your body side to side, or just kind of holding some postures for just a little bit. Makes you a little bit uncomfortable, and because they get stacked on top of each other, by the time this little 7-8 minute workout's done, you are feeling it. Now, this workout happens to come right on the heels of sweat A. So when you're done with sweat A, it goes right in. But it is perfectly fine to do sweat A and then later in the day or another time in the day to do the ab ripper. It's just kind of a natural progression because your body's already sweating, you're already loose and limber, and you're already in the mindset of working out, that you would just flow right into that next workout. But if time's an issue, bang out your 25 minutes and then do the 7-minute one a little bit later. But I'm loving this one. I like the fact that some of the moves are, all of the moves can be modified, but some of those moves, they just push you a little bit. And so I am recommending, if you can't get all 10 reps in, strive for 5 each day. And then the next time you're like, I'll push for 6, or at least half the moves I'm going to push for 6, and just do as many as you can each time. Pretty soon you'll be able to do it. Probably by the end of that phase, you'll be able to do it from the very beginning to the very end without stopping, and you will feel like a warrior. All right. Well, comment below if you've done the workout program, or if you're interested in looking to get started and want to just go for it and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to make this commitment. Especially, I'm always proud when people do it now, because right now it's right around this holiday season, and there are some people out there that want to wait until they're like really regretting that they waited. Not you. You're the one that wants to get started, get going, and have a leg up on the 2015 year, and to be able to say, man, this is going to be great. And you know what? I have some recommendations that can actually help you plan an entire year, so you're banging out from beginner to really doing some amazing results, and really changing and transforming your body in a year's time, probably even less. All right, so comment below, email me, whatever it is. Check me out on Facebook. Remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.